I supervise a number of coaches in Asia, and one thing I've noticed um, is how, particularly in corporate structures, the protective quality of the masks that people put on is enormous and can be really challenging to break through. Sounds aggressive, but to invite someone to take off. And one thing I've learned is that the standard 3 to 6 session of coaching format doesn't seem to quite work in that context. So when we work on something pragmatic, transactional, some performance goal, yeah, it's fine. It works. But once you start working relationally, systemically, philosophically, it takes longer. So I've had a client recently who said it took 10 sessions for that person to actually start dropping the masks. And then the real work started. And they were lucky that they got so many sessions. And actually, they made an effort to open that door and to, give some of their time, not getting paid for it even. So I want people to consider that. Another thing that came out of that is that the three-way meeting can actually be really counterproductive to the process. Because what often happens in that context could be anywhere else in the world as well, but there it seems to be pronounced in Asian cultures, that once your manager, your boss, somebody higher in the hierarchy, somebody with more authority in some ways, is getting involved, then the client works to that agenda and their own agenda goes back. So to actually then talk to the human being that is not just the role of high performer and pleasing the authority or the boss. Yes, I will do that. I will do a good job. I'll do an excellent job. I'll do the best job ever. But it might not be what they need to be talking about. And then the whole coaching relationship is kind of working towards an external goal that the client doesn't really own, but pretends to own. Right? So I found this fascinating because I love really inviting people to show up as human beings. I love that work because once they do, the coaching becomes so much more profound, and you're working towards something that is not ignoring the corporate agenda, but you're getting into a dialogue with the agenda from the outside, and you let it dialogue with who you are and what you believe in. And they may or may not be aligned, but it's so important that you create an awareness around that. And when the mask is very strong, when the protection is very firmly in place, it takes art and skill as a coach or as anybody, really, to create a space, a quality of presence and being where someone feels safe enough to open up and really show themselves. And then magic happens.